the process of leading a group involves the need to some extent to match the current atmosphere, the current state of the group. Because if you don't match their state, you won't form empathy and rapport deeply enough to be able to influence the group. But as soon as you've actually matched the state of the group, then the task is to center yourself as deeply as you're able, despite the fact that there will be people reluctant or unable to come to that state you're in. And that's the creative tension of the dance experience, where the dance leader is remembering a state that they can hold and have held before in the presence of people that perhaps are not comfortable or familiar with that state. And you mustn't dumb yourself down to their level. You mustn't give in to their reluctance to come into the spiritual state. The opposite is true. You must somehow insist that your way is the way, and the process of doing that is the fana fishake process. You must require the group to give up their own egos and surrender to the sheikh in order that the sheikh can practice fana fi rasul. So I can only tune in to the source of the inspiration if I'm not being having to deal with the egos of the dancers. That's the principle of Fanafi Sheikh, Fanafi Rasul. And so if the group is a very disciplined group and they do exactly what they're told and they don't think or breathe differently from how they've been instructed with very clear teaching, then people just disappear and they focus only on what you've asked them to focus on, which is correct movements, correct timing, correct breathing, and they're not thinking about anything other than the dance. When that's the case, there is no ego, and then the teacher can disappear. The teacher does not have to guard against imposition of the group, but can go to the center of the dance and then hold the pole, the polar center, like the inner sense of a hurricane is stillness. So the teacher becomes that still point of the central point of the energy and is in stillness. And then the group have to come into stillness, or they just won't be able to do it the way the teacher's doing it. And that tension exists at the beginning of a dance, and the first verse or two are perhaps a bit scrappy, but you don't give in, you hold it, and then you get to the point of like, here we go. And then you have it, and there's that point, and everybody feels it simultaneously. And there's this electrical buzz that in my case goes down to my backbone, and my music starts to become beautiful, whereas before it was just instructive, holding the rhythm. Then it becomes an expression of something that's beyond me, and the group get that, and their voices become beautiful, and I hear that, and I play to their voices, and the angelic choirs are going, that's what we're doing, I think.